On August 28, 2025, in Port St. Lucie, Florida, police were called after a neighbor reported a barefoot woman vandalizing a vehicle, tearing up hoses, and acting like she belonged at a house nobody had ever seen her at before. What follows is one of those body cam encounters that gets more irritating the longer it goes on, because the woman is clearly not supposed to be there, clearly not making sense, and somehow still manages to drag the whole thing out far longer than she should have. Taking just 2 seconds to hit that like button means the absolute world to me, and it truly helps this channel continue bringing you these detailed breakdowns.
Hello, this is Officer Hernandez with the Port St. Lucie Police Department.
Hey, how you doing, Officer Hernandez?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good. You calling about the situation that I just called about?
I am.
Yeah. My neighbors are Jamaican, so I never seen a white person over there. There's a lady that's on the front driveway. It looked like she damaged the side yard hose, and she has the hose pulled out to the driveway. She's sitting on the driveway barefoot. It looked like she's wearing like damn near booty shorts and a white beater, and she sprayed like the hose is like squirting. She's squirting water on the middle of the street. And she just down her phone or something like that. I'm not sure if she's still there. My wife is. She's heading back to the house right now.
Okay, and what was it?
It seems to me like the yard hose. Like, you know where you roll your hose up for the yard hose.
Like the sprinklers?
Yeah, the sprinklers. But it's not a sprinkler. Just the hose that you pull out if you want to like wash your car.
I got you. Yeah.
Or your lawn. So she damaged that, and then she's bare. She took her socks and threw it on our driveway. I don't know if these people know her, because like I said, I've never seen any white people over there at their house before. They're all Jamaican.
I got you. Have you ever seen her in the area? Hello?
Go ahead. What was it? I'm in Texas right now. The connection's kind of shaky.
I got you. I said, have you ever seen her around in the area?
Huh?
Have you ever seen her?
I never seen this. I never seen her around there. That's why I'm calling. I have a picture of her too. If you want a picture, if you want to give me if you need that, if she's walking around, because she's walking around, so I'm assuming she lives somewhere in the area, or she got lost. I don't know which one of the two, because there's no way you're gonna take off your shoes and socks and be barefoot in a neighborhood that's not yours, or if you're not within a 10-minute walking radius.
So you didn't observe her, but your wife did, correct?
Yeah. She's in the house right next to her.
Okay, and do you have any of the neighbors' information?
No, I don't. I don't have any neighbors' information. But I don't want that lady to know that my wife called in, because if she was walking around, I don't want her to come back retaliate or something. If she's doing that, I don't know what else I don't know what else she's capable of.
I got you. No worries. Okay, let me. I'm on my way there now. I'll make contact with the female if she's still there, and I'll try to get in contact with the neighbors and try to see what's going on, okay?
Yeah, because their car's in the driveway. That's why I'm confused.
Okay, so they're possibly home?
They may be home, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll try to make contact with them, and I'll give you a call if I have any questions, okay?
All right, cool. Thank you. What was the name again? You said Catherine?
Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez. All right, Officer Hernandez. Have a good one.
I do. How are you?
Great. How about yourself?
Good. What's going on today? Oh. You live here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Do you have an ID on you?
No.
No?
No.
Alright. Why is the hose running?
Just trying to clean the car.
You're trying to clean the car? Alright, we're gonna turn it off, okay?
Okay, go for it.
What's your name?
Shelby.
Shelby. What you doing outside?
I'm just chilling.
Just chilling?
Yep.
And you say you live here?
Yep.
Okay. This your car?
Yep.
And you said you live here?
Yep.
Okay, there's no one at the house? Okay. What's a good phone number for you? You got any middle name?
Yes, Marie.
Do you have any type of proof that you live here at all? You have mail that gets here or anything like that?
No, I don't need it. I get everything electronically.
Okay, can I see it? Showing that you live at 2032?
No.
Okay.
You hear the dogs inside. Just leave me alone. I'm literally just sitting outside.
Okay, it's because we have some neighbors calling in saying that you were here and you're not supposed to be here. You don't live here. They've never seen you around this residence, that's why.
Oh, okay.
So do you have any type of proof that you reside here?
Why do you need to know? It's none of the neighbors.
Okay.
Where'd you live before this? Huh?
Why do you want to know?
I don't know. You don't think this is a little strange, miss? Sitting in the driveway with the hose running? It's a little strange. We're just trying to figure out if you need any help or what kind of dogs are in there.
Why do you want to know?
Just curious, just making conversation, that's all. All right.
Okay, so do you have any type of identification showing proof that you live here?
PSL name dispatch.
If this car doesn't come back to you, you're not, your neighbors have never seen you around in the area, or at least at this residence.
I wouldn't go any further back there.
So what are you doing here?
I'm literally.
You live here? Can you show me some type of proof that you live here?
No.
Okay. Do you know if anyone's inside? Who? Okay. How long have you been living here for then?
Just calm down.
How long have you been living here for then? So you're telling me you live here.
Yep. I'll see you later. Deuces.
Where are you going?
No answer. Is she gonna fucking break in this house now? All right, the party's over, Shelby. We gotta go.
Okay.
All right. Where do you really live?
Huh?
Where do you really live?
Why do you want to know so
Because you're about to get collared for trespassing right now. It's not really funny.
I mean, I don't know at this point.
All right, very
You
good.
pulled my record. I really don't give a shit. Just let me enjoy the music.
You can enjoy the music all you want. It's a free country, not on somebody else's property. This is not your house, right? So the party's over. All right, let's go find your shoes and let's go back home.
Can I please just support?
No, let's go. I'm over it by now. Let's go.
No, I'm good.
Got freaking bit up by ants and I'm not in a good mood now. So let's go. The game's over. Come on.
I'm just
Shelby, where do you reside?
I'll figure it out.
That's what we figured out so far. Which one of those?
So what are you doing here?
It's over there.
Okay, what are you doing here? You don't live here, so stop playing games.
Okay.
So what are you doing here?
I'm just vibing with the dogs.
Do you know anyone that lives here?
Shelby, you on any medication or drugs right now?
Shelby, are you on any medication? Are you diagnosed with anything?
Hook her up and figure it out. Or we still don't have this person, right? The neighbor called in?
See they want to trespass or trespass
Alright.
the property.
Yeah, I guess so.
You want to hang out with us?
Yeah, I'd love to. Do you know this woman?
No. I've been hearing about barking, but I didn't know that.
Do you live here? Okay. Come here. Come here.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
Who else is in here?
Nobody.
Just you?
There's a bunch of cameras.
34. Do you have an ID that shows that you live here?
I have my work shit. Come here.
Okay, hold on. Let me step out for a moment.
Who do you live with?
Don't freaking worry about
Who
it.
do you live with?
Don't worry about it.
Who do you live with?
Don't worry about it.
You got roommates or anything that we can speak with that could confirm that you live here?
Don't worry about it.
What are you diagnosed with?
Don't worry about it. Just stop asking questions and just vibe.
No, I'm not trying to buy. I'm trying to figure out where
You don't
where you're
need
from.
to know. You can run everything and figure it out. You just hold me. That's it. Just shut your.
Well, I'm asking you where you freaking live.
I don't care. He's doing his job. You shut the up and do your job. Got a code.
Alright, well, if your ring went off, why didn't it go to your phone?
You don't need to know
Because you
why.
don't live here?
Somebody else lives here.
Who lives here?
Don't worry about it. Shut up.
You know you're gonna be arrested, right?
Yeah, I'm already arrested. Who cares?
You're being detained right now until we figure everything out.
Okay. You shut the and do your
No,
job.
that ain't
You
gonna
follow.
happen.
No, you shut your mouth.
No, that ain't gonna
and
happen.
you follow his command.
Unfortunately, I didn't. Kick me
You
again.
shut
Kick
your
me
lips.
again.
Shut
Kick
your lips.
me again.
Shut your lips
Kick
and
me
follow
again.
with your eyes.
Kick me again.
I'm not giving. I don't want your gun. I'm trying to show you how to.
Alright, let's put her in the car for now.
Shut the fuck up.
They come back to
Follow.
here, but nothing with her name.
Down.
Hispanic last names.
Then I was calling here and it went straight to voicemail. She called.
Shut the fuck up.
There's like weird no smoking signs in there, like it's an Airbnb maybe,
Yeah.
or
I'll tell Lily the address and get
Okay.
phone numbers.
watch for ants.
You got anything on you?
So,
No. Quit it. Stop moving.
stay on the car, Shelby. I'll tighten this one up a little bit. Okay.
Can you just go with my cell phone?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. Alright, well, this is an interesting.
This one is frustrating for a different reason than most. The woman is obviously a problem, but a big part of what makes the footage hard to watch is how long she is allowed to stay in control of the scene. From the first minute, nothing about this looks normal. A stranger is barefoot in somebody else's driveway, the hose is running into the street, the yard setup looks damaged, neighbors are saying they have never seen her before, and she cannot produce a single normal piece of proof that she lives there. That is not a gray area misunderstanding. That is a giant red flag sitting in the open. And yet the whole encounter keeps getting dragged into this weird loop where the officers ask the same basic questions over and over while she keeps feeding them the same useless answers. She lives there, no proof. She gets everything electronically, no ED, no mail, no roommate. Don't worry about it. Why do you want to know? Just vibe. At some point, this stops being patient policing and starts becoming an invitation for a chaotic person to keep running the show. That is the part people react to so strongly, and honestly, I get it. There is a difference between trying to assess somebody calmly and just giving them way too much latitude. The caller is probably the only fully grounded person in the entire clip. He notices the right things immediately. The woman looks out of place. She is damaging property. She is barefoot in a neighborhood that clearly is not hers, and she is behaving in a way that suggests something is off. That is exactly what good witnesses do. They do not need a full diagnosis or perfect legal language. They just need to notice when reality looks wrong. And reality looks wrong here almost instantly. Even the dogs later seem more aware of that than the officers do. They are agitated for a reason. Animals are not legal witnesses, obviously, but they are often very good at picking up when somebody does not belong in a space. What makes Shelby interesting is that she does not come off as simply confused. There are moments where she feels disorganized or possibly impaired, but a lot of her behavior reads less like helplessness and more like antagonism. She seems to enjoy forcing the officers into repetitive, pointless exchanges. Every basic question gets treated like some absurd intrusion. Where do you live? Why do you want to know? Can you prove you live here? No. Do you know anyone here? Don't worry about it. Are you on medication? Figure it out. That is not someone trying to clear up an innocent misunderstanding. That is somebody deliberately turning simple questions into friction. And that distinction matters psychologically. Some people in police encounters are panicked. Some are intoxicated. Some are mentally unwell. Some are manipulative. Sometimes it is a mix. But here, whatever else is going on, there is definitely an element of control through annoyance. Shelby keeps trying to make the officers work for every inch of the interaction. She wants them off balance, stuck in circles, asking one more question, waiting one more minute, giving one more chance. People like that often survive by exhausting other people's patience. If they can keep the situation blurry long enough, they can sometimes avoid the moment where authority finally hardens into action. Legally, the case for detention gets pretty strong pretty early. She is on property she cannot prove is hers. Neighbors say she does not belong there. She appears to have damaged property. She refuses to identify herself in any meaningful way. She wanders off. She enters another house while officers are still trying to determine who she is and why she's there. Even before the final charges, that is already more than enough to justify taking control of the situation much sooner than they do. This is why so many people watching this kind of footage end up more annoyed with the officers than with the suspect. The suspect is expected to behave irrationally. The officers are expected to stop the irrational behavior from spreading. And that is the single biggest weakness in this encounter. They let her move too freely for too long. Once she walks away from the driveway and starts heading toward another residence, the whole tone should have changed immediately. Instead, there is this oddly casual drift where she keeps maneuvering, they keep following, and the situation keeps widening. That is not just bad optics, it is bad control. A suspicious person who may have vandalized property and may be trespassing should not be getting to freelance her next location while officers trail behind, asking follow-up questions. That is where the video really loses people. It stops feeling like de-escalation and starts feeling like indecision. That's the moment the whole thing should have tightened up. Because once she was inside another residence, now the question is not just, does she live here? It is, why did you allow a clearly unauthorized, erratic stranger to enter another private space while you were still figuring out the first one? The officers do eventually get there, but much later than they should have. And that delay matters because it changes how everything afterward feels. Even a justified arrest can look weak when the officers wait too long to make the obvious decision. There is also a social layer here that makes the scene feel especially creepy. Shelby keeps trying to flatten other people's property rights into background noise. Just vibe. Stop asking, don't worry about it. Free country. That kind of language only works if you completely ignore that somebody else owns the house, somebody else owns the car, and somebody else has to deal with the fallout of whatever weird episode she is having. That is why so many viewers call this more toxic than crazy. Crazy suggests pure detachment. Toxic suggests a person who still understands enough to be defiant, invasive, and aggravating on purpose. In this clip, I think that reaction makes sense. She is not just lost in her own head. She is actively hostile to the very idea that other people get boundaries. The officers do eventually realize the game is over. Once the homeowners confirm she does not belong there and she keeps up the profanity, refusal, and evasiveness, the arrest becomes unavoidable. And once they finally stop negotiating and start controlling, the rest of the clip looks pretty normal. handcuffs, pat-down, transport, charges. In other words, the ending is the least controversial part of the whole encounter. The most controversial part is everything that happened before they got there. One of the more telling moments is when she says, "I'm already arrested. Who cares?" That line sounds throwaway, but it captures the mindset pretty well. She is operating as if the normal incentives no longer matter. Embarrassment, consequences, legitimacy, other people's homes, other people's questions. None of it seems to land. That is usually when officers need to stop hoping language will fix the scene and start accepting that the scene has already crossed into physical control territory. Some people cannot be talked back into reason once they have decided reason is optional. And to be fair, there is a tricky judgment call in situations like this. If someone seems unstable, officers often do not want to rush physical force unless they have to. That instinct is understandable. But there is a line where caution stops being caution and becomes passivity. This clip crosses that line. The suspect is not getting calmer. The facts are not getting cleaner. The property exposure is increasing. The homeowners are not getting safer. The officers are not gathering some hidden final clue that will transform the case. They are mostly just burning time while Shelby keeps testing how much she can get away with. That is why the footage irritates people so much. It feels like watching a preventable loss of control in slow motion. The final charges are interesting too, because they are narrower than a lot of viewers probably expected. Resisting without violence and criminal mischief under $200 are real charges. But many people watching this would assume something bigger from the way she moved through the neighborhood and into the house. That gap is another reason the video leaves people dissatisfied. They see an erratic stranger damaging property, refusing to identify herself, drifting between homes, verbally abusing police, and effectively forcing the whole neighborhood to adjust around her. And then they hear a much more limited charging outcome. Whether that is legally correct on the available proof is one question. But emotionally, it is easy to see why viewers feel like the response never fully matched the threat she was presenting. By the end, the most annoying part is not that Shelby was irrational. People like Shelby exist. The annoying part is that the one person who called it in had more practical urgency than almost everybody who showed up afterward. She looked out of place, acted out of place, damaged property, refused basic proof, wandered into another house, and still got way more patience than the situation deserved. The arrest was right. It just arrived about 10 minutes too late.